Grab project, two-stage oscillator, gravity-assisted pulse motor project. Basically, we have the rack and pinion and the gear train installed. We're going to go with a bike chain from this location to another drive shaft that will mount a large flywheel. So we'll have a flywheel driving at a high RPM. I guess some of the old Stirling engines use that technique to improve efficiency. Basically, all it will do is minimize the pulsing on the drivetrain, and then we'll be able to, mount, power output shafts to drive the PMAs. We have 3 options for the permanent magnet alternators. Those hoverboard 3-phased motors are they're a smaller diameter. They got about a 6-inch diameter. They're basically the same thing as the F&P except a smaller version. One example video shows the guy using a stationary bicycle to generate some respectable numbers at the output. His motor was running at about I think it was about 600 RPM, and he was able to draw about 10 amps off it at 12 volts using a pulse width modulator solar panel controller. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to try to achieve something similar. So we have a couple of those to experiment with. We've got a few F&Ps that are wired differently to experiment with. And then we have the multi-statored, what do they call it? Axial flux PMA, permanent magnet alternator. Multiple rotors, multiple stators, all hooked in parallel. Just for, to get some base numbers on different types of permanent magnet alternators. Anyway, so we're manually operating this thing at this point, and basically we changed the spring configuration. We removed the cam and stuck the permanent magnets on a solid axle. But what we did was we made a mistake. The distance from the shaft to the spring location is longer, so actually it'll require less springs, or we're going to have to drill another hole and get it closer to what it was originally, because right now it's just there's too much tension on the springs. And one other problem is if it gets going, the weights will actually smack into the ground. Yeah, like that. So we'll have to put some magnetic bumpers on the frame, and that'll help eliminate that problem. And then as far as adding more weights, I think so it's like 10 pounds on this end equals about 60 pounds on that end. So we can put 60 pounds of weights, remove all the springs, or we can go 20 pounds on the pendulums, and then put approximately 120 pounds on the opposite end. So that's things are looking up. I'm getting over a really bad cold. Not that is important, but that's why I haven't been doing so much the last couple of days. But we're getting there. So more to report in a few days. Enjoy the great spring weather. Cheers.